So, you want to write a book, but you don't know where to start? Well, I wrote a 70,000 word manuscript in less than a year, and I'm on to book 2 now as we speak. Now I'm going to tell you how I did it. Write a book with me. Let's go. Okay guys, welcome to my channel, Jan Psalms Life Poetry Lyrics. Like I said in the intro, I am a writer. So I work as a writer professionally for a company as a copywriter, but I also work independently as a writer, writing a book. So I want to be an author. And I've been working on my manuscript for about 4 years now. So the first 2 years was basically conceptualization, coming up with a plot and a story, putting it all together in my mind and, noting down my whole journey of ideation. And then the last 2 years have been all about actually writing the book. So I finished with the first manuscript. It's a 70,000 word manuscript for a fantasy novel that I'm writing. And now I'm finishing book 2, so it's going to be a trilogy. And book 2 is sitting on 55,000 words. I want to wrap that up. I'm busy editing right now, and then book 3 will be about 60,000 words. And yeah, it hasn't been an easy journey, so I thought, why let me just come on here and share my journey over the past year of me writing a book. Over the past 2 years or so of me writing my fantasy trilogy. So yeah, before we start, I'm gonna give you guys some tips. So based on my experience. So the first tip is you have to create an inspired writing space. What does that mean and what does it look like? Let me show you. Okay, so the first thing I like to make sure I have when I'm about to write is tea. As you can see, I have my little cute cat mug over here with some peppermint tea. I like the Twinings pure peppermint tea, especially in the mornings. Right now it's early in the morning, well, it's late morning, but we have some great natural lights coming in, and I just want to get started with the writing while I still feel inspired. So yeah, the first thing I like to have is tea, and of course water for hydration. I prefer a quail and drinking it straight from the bottle. And yeah, the next thing I like to have on is my diffuser. So right now I've got it on with the peppermint scent because it is morning, and some cherry blossom as well. That's keeping that going. My cat is doing something there in the back. And then my candle as well. So I've got right now burning, I have the gardenia scent. So you put the gardenia scent on the little diffuser thing, and then you burn the candle on top of it, and it kind of exudes that scent as well. That also helps me really write really well. Some candles for more scent. I just got this candle for my birthday. I love it so much. It smells amazing. And of course my Namjoon candle that I got at a BTS event. Namjoon is a writer, so I need to just see his name while I'm busy writing to stay inspired. And of course Koya. I also have some plants set up in this space. This is the only living plant actually, but it's gotten a bit too much sunlight since the morning, so I kind of moved it away and put my fake ones on there for now. But I want to get more living plants because I feel like those really help to create a clean, airy space where everything feels fresh and where there's just like life blooming as well. But I really love it. It is an aloe plant, and then I'm not sure what this one is, I forgot, but it's growing really well. It hasn't died on me yet, thank God. So yeah, and then I also always have this for my neck, because when you are writing, your neck tends to get pretty stiff. This is a scented neck massager thing that you kind of warm up in the microwave. It's also you can add scent to it, so just put like 3 or 2 drops of your favorite essential oil, and then when I'm tired I put it around my neck to kind of give me a relaxed feeling, and also because it's warm and it's winter right now, so I like to keep warm. And of course I also have my hot water bottle for when it does start to get chilly. And then yeah, I have my pens. Today I'll probably be using Shiki. And then my notebook where I keep all my notes. that I need for my characters. I need that close by, or if I want to write something down quickly, I need that as well. And then of course the Bible too. So the Bible is really important to me because my book is based on a lot of spirituality as well. So it is a fantasy novel. I'll tell you guys more about it later, but it does reference spirituality a lot, so I like to keep the Bible close by. Then of course I need my glasses, my light blocking glasses for when you know, the PC light becomes too much. It's always good to wear these just to kind of keep yourself from getting too tired and to protect your eyes as well. And then once I have all these things, I am officially ready to go on a writing marathon. I like to write in 15-minute intervals because you need to take breaks in between to kind of refresh your mind and just relax a bit and think out the plots and the characters and the scenery and whatever and the chapters. But yeah, as long as my space looks like this when I'm writing, then I'll be able to get a lot more done a lot quicker. Okay, so now that you have the basics of what you need, do you guys like my shades? These are actually light blocking spectacles that I got from an online store, and I use these when I'm going to be spending a lot of time sitting on my laptop typing for hours and hours on end, just to kind of help me you know, with the lights. So you actually sleep better at night when you have these kind of light blocking spectacles. Sorry. Do you guys like my outfit, by the way? This shirt was actually a birthday gift from a friend of mine, and I really love it. It makes me feel so relaxed and so comfortable yet stylish. And yeah, so I've been working on book 2 for a while now. This entire year I've been working on the second book. But yeah, now that you have your inspired writing space, the next thing you need is to actually, you know, set up your writing tools. So I like to go on a website called the Merriam-Webster Online Thesaurus website. That kind of helps me with words, because when you're writing you end up running out of like words to use and the prose starts to feel a bit repetitive. So I like to kind of expand my my knowledge. My computer is actually reflecting on these glasses. Let me actually remove them. But yeah, I like to expand my mind when I'm writing, so I'll stop and look at a thesaurus and just kind of like look at words, collect words. I also have a book where I actually jot down most of my words that I collect. Let me actually get that and show you guys. Okay, I'm back. So this is the book that I like to use. It's actually pretty full now, but you'll see. Yeah, so I actually collect words on here, even just like sentences that so if I'm busy reading a book, for example, for fun, and I find that I like the way the author phrased the wording, I'll actually jot it down so that I can get back to it when I want to feel inspired. So there's like random pieces of like writing on here that I actually just collect and draw on, and yeah, plots and all these things. So I'll actually do a video where I tell you guys, where I explain to you guys, at least for me, how I create a story, how I conceptualize the world building, the character development, the plots, the chapters. There is a method to this madness, guys. So yeah, this one is almost full. I also have this one as well. This one is mostly scriptures that I collect on here, but I also do jot down ideas when I get time, when the ideas come to me, because sometimes you might be doing something else, like watching a series or reading a book or hanging out with friends, and an idea comes to you and you can't lose that idea. So another thing that I do when I'm not in direct access to my notebooks, I actually record voice notes on my phone. So the importance of this, that it helps you remember what it is you are writing about, your characters' names. Like guys, when you create characters as you are writing, even like just supporting characters, you can actually forget that you created those characters. You don't want to be like, you know, a reader reading your book and then suddenly this person's name has changed. Like I've actually seen that in some books before, guys. So it's important to pay attention to the little details and really have your story panned out to the T. It's a lot of work. That's why it takes years. Some authors don't even finish writing their books because you know, they just never get to the end point. So it's important to jot down all your ideas, take notes, do some voiceovers, record yourself and your thought process. That helps me a lot. I know that a lot of songwriters do that as well. If they don't want to lose a melody, they'll record like a voice note where they kind of remind themselves of where they were going with the song. It's the same with writing a book. It's the same with creativity in general. You have to keep track of your thought process and your creativity and your conceptualization and your world building and the plot and the chapters. So that's another tip that I use. Those are the writing tools that will help you kind of get started. So yeah, now on to the next tip, and the last tip. It's actually the most important. The most important one of all is to actually start writing. That's that simple, guys. It's that simple. Start writing.
So as you can see, I ended up moving over to the lounge and writing through the night. I also try to stay hydrated during the process.
This is important because, you know, you can't stay in the idea phase. You have to get down to the nitty-gritty of actually writing. Even if it's not perfect in the first round, you will just go back and finish it and kind of like touch it up and clean it up as you go along. So start writing, finish the book. Even if you make mistakes, even if your ideas are all over the place, when you do go back to it the second or the third time or the fourth time, that's when you do clean up, and you just kind of clean up all the chapters, make sure, read everything again, make sure it all makes sense. So yeah, guys, start actually doing the writing. I like to write in 15-minute intervals, mainly because it gets really exhausting, you guys, and I also like to have things in the air while I'm doing so that's part of the inspired writing space. Have something that makes you feel comfortable and creative. I also like to use music, so I'll just go like a random YouTube search where I look for creative inspired music or lo-fi music, depending on the scene that I'm writing. I'll sometimes even just look up historical instrumentals, Asian instrumentals, kind of inspire world building African instrumentals like the drums while I'm writing certain particular scenes. Another thing that I do is I also create a playlist on Apple Music. I actually have one for book one that I created, and it's really cool because it kind of helps me. Like each character has a particular tone or genre of music that I like to play when I'm working on that character. Also creating a Pinterest board with like visualization inspiration of like how your characters look like, because that's also important. You can't forget how your characters look like. You can't be like 1 minute he's got dark chocolate skin, the next minute he's got caramel skin. Like, no, stick to one thing for your character. So creating a Pinterest board helps because you can see and visualize, and you also find words because you can see what you're trying to describe, so you can actually type that out and write it out and do a good job with your character description. So yeah, guys, those are my tips for helping you getting started with writing a novel. And right now I'm gonna get back to writing and I'm gonna go take you guys through the whole journey of me finishing book 2 and eventually starting book 3. In the next video, I will show you guys how I developed my story, the conceptualization, what I do to help me get creative, and I'll also do a video telling you guys about the book. What is it about? I don't want to give out too much because I want you guys to actually buy the book eventually, or hopefully see it on screen if someone does pick it up. Netflix, what's up? Call me. Disney Plus, call me. So yeah, I am planning on hopefully getting this to become a screen adaptation, but for now it is a book, and I'm very passionate about this story, so I'm looking forward to doing a video where I sit down and tell you guys all about the book and what it's about, where I'm at, and just creating more of an inspired writing space on this channel, because that is the main focus of the channel. It is writing, so hopefully you guys will come along the journey with me. But for now, I'm out. Thank you so much. Jen Sams, let's go.